My brothers and sisters, bless you today on this beautiful day of Christmas. In Christ Jesus' name, from the heavens, the divine creator. Bless all those who are experiencing suffering or pain. Let us plant seeds of healing, balance. Brothers and sisters, know that we are with you always. So, it's a street from my house. Wanted to share with you a Christmas story that's true. It is my own story. And there's someone behind me. It's a very foggy, misty, but beautiful day. And first, let me just share with you this. The Hawaiians, Polynesians, Lemurians, Atlanteans. It is said that in the mist, in the water, there is wisdom. But in the Atlantean time, the time that is recapitulated with this time, we are rebalancing or getting a second chance to what was once that time. And it was said to be a time of destruction and chaos, similar to what we're going through now. We would experience harmony and peace, but we all have to work together to get there. And I do believe one of Morrnah and the inner family's gifts to us was to recalibrate us so that we would know who we are, and what we are to be doing. And what is said is that during that time, greed, control, materialism became imbalanced on the heavy side. And we lost our ability to work with the mist, to work with the water. We lost our power because of it. One of the gifts that Morrnah gives us is to reimagine this water. I'll just share with you a personal story on clarity about understanding your karmic duties and karma being balance. It's associated with, let's say, the 10th house in your astrological, esoteric astrology. It is Saturn. It is your responsibility. And when I started to clean with 12 steps, not knowing anything, just reading it alone with no understanding, because again, I was raised in the US. Although I was born in Hawaii, I did not know anything about my ancestors, even my mother's ancestors, who are Samoan. And they have a similar practice, Ho'oponopono, called ifonga. My grandfather was a Matai, a chief, Haku. When I began to realize with clarity, more clarity, it takes many lifetimes, as Morrnah says. I mean, there is some that are already here for that. Like Morrnah was a master. Morrnah was in her full soul essence. And as a Taurus, she was here to bring harmony through chaos for us at this perfect right time so that we would get on our path. And Tauruses bring light. They are light bringers, and it is said that they are a representation. The Taurus is the expression of the fourth ray of all the rainbow colors and the spiritual rays. Each of us represent one of the seven, and the fourth, the Taurus, that is the only ray that the Taurus is found. So Morrnah was definitely here a couple hundred years ahead of her time for a purpose, so that she could help us, so that her and the family could help us remember who we are. To clear that memory with Ho'oponopono, with the right words, the right thoughts, the right actions, and the right deeds. So when you just speak alone the words of the 12 steps, there is so much wisdom in those words. And this is why I always say, these are not man's words. These are spirit, divine creators. These are the will of the creator, the words, the actions, and the deeds in those phrases. And it even says it in the Ho'oponopono, the silent solitude which no man knows. And Morrnah never just gave you the wisdom. You have to really introspect it, meditate on it, and then what comes to you will come to you personally, because we all have individual expressions. But I began to have many experiences of past lives, which are really the present, because they're just memories stuck. One of the most beautiful first Akashic readings, fully awake, that I was able to experience was something that I didn't know anything about. Okay. And that is a Vimana, being taken away in a Vimana, because the world, I knew that the planet was going to go through a destruction of some kind. And my daughter and many others were with us. And the thing about in the karmic, when you're in a different vehicle, not in this physical, you're in your intuitive body on the Buddhic plane, or perhaps somewhere else higher than the astral and the physical. You are able to intuitively know things rather quickly. You don't need words. You just can feel it and know it and experience it all at once. And that is a gift of Ho'oponopono, is to clear enough that you can experience these things. So in that karmic reading, there was mist and there was fire, and we were somewhere near the mountains, and there were masters picking us up in a Vimana, and we were leaving the planet forever, because it was going to be no more. Finished. And I had instantly so much sorrow and grief for the planet. But it was also so much love that I knew why I was here to do what I'm here to share or to experience. One thing that Morrnah always said is that, as much as we love our family, personal family and the physical, when you start to understand your true path and your purpose, you know that it goes beyond that. It is more that I need to do for the sake of them, for their future, for our children's future. And so we all have to do the things, brothers and sisters, sharing whatever our gifts are. You have to bring forward those gifts for the sake of others. So there is this will that is not my own. It is separate from this physical being. It is in unity with the universe, with the planet, with the humanity, with the brothers and sisters, with all of us, with plants, animals. It is, when they say Akashic, Aka, it is a cord that I can connect to and feel and experience and know what is in my memory. It's like reaching into your motherboard and knowing everything that's inside the hidden files. And in there, I was able to even feel inside of the Vimana, and it was crystallized. Although it was invisible from the inside, from the outside, I could see what looks like a Vimana. Hindu, Indian, ancient Polynesian cosmology associated with that. But I never knew anything about this stuff before Ho'oponopono. Didn't have any understanding because I was raised Catholic. And then we became Christians, and Christ is in my heart. I am here to do my duties as a second ray representation of love and wisdom. But that experience was one of many. And they will keep coming so that I can be guided. The more that you let go of the physical and work with the physical so that you are balanced in physical and spirit, then there is more clarity and the communication is more open. And I just wanted to share a piece of that with you. But one of the personal experiences that I want to share for Christmas in my testimony is my mother did something. She sacrificed something during a time when, even in her culture, there was a lot of fear, still a lot of prejudice, racial tensions. She went to McKinley High School in Hawaii, and she was gifted to go there because at that time, Samoans would send their children to Hawaii to have a good education. And during her time there, she received a lot of prejudice, as many did. It was a totally different time, but needless to say, everyone is here to do something in their own time. And during that time, there was still so much racial tension. So my mother was basically told that she couldn't, not by her own family, but by teachers and people, that it would be extremely bad idea to be with a haole, and that she would produce hapa haulis, and that would be terrible for everybody. But when you are expressing your second ray, love and wisdom, which if you are living in America, many of us are here to change these views and guide people to inclusivity and loving all our brothers and sisters. So my mother, without really knowing what she was doing, she made a sacrifice, and she married my father, and she did suffer a lot because of it. And she stayed silent through a lot of it, and that caused a lot of internal emotional pain. My father was also very abusive. And while she has forgiven him, he has passed on, and I've forgiven him, but there is a lot of pain. And so right now, My mother is going through a lot. She's releasing a lot of things that are just coming up. They're just letting them come up, whatever it is. But crying is so good because it is coming up today, and it's been coming up this whole month. So whatever it is that we are here to do, sometimes we'll be met with sickness or illness if there is resentment, guilt, errors, emotional pain that is being blocked. She has a lot of emotional pain, a lot of mental blockages that need to be released. And so, and I do too, because they are in me equally. So I am my mother, and my mother is me. And one of the things in this blood that I am in my incarnation, the Hawaiian, Lemurian, Samoan, Polynesian, Atlantean blood is very strong in me. And we all have this in us, but in this body that I had to come back in today was to correct some of these errors. Morrnah, before she had passed, she was staying 5 minutes away from one of the most horrific events on our planet. And that was the Holocaust. She was 5 minutes in a car away from one of the most unbalanced places energetically in the spirit realm. And I speak of Daskalos all the time, and he also was cleaning that area. They were both cleaning for that part of the country, and they knew it was their duty. While they did tell a few people, they didn't speak of, you didn't hear a lot about neither one of them. You can look on the internet and you won't see as much about them compared to a lot of other masters, because they were silent in their actions, doing the deeds behind the scenes. They weren't seekers of anything but divine will and the wishes of the one. The more that we understand what our purpose, will, we don't need to know the whole scheme, because even if you are suffering or experiencing anything that seems negative, your spirit is working behind the scenes all the time. And sometimes suffering is a part of it, unfortunately, to help us wake up. But just know that your family, your inner family, and even Morrnah, teachers, masters, they are available to you in the spirit. We have to clean the debris away so that we can receive the communication. And Ho'oponopono and the 12 steps is that way. Bless you on this Christmas beautiful day. Bless you all, brothers and sisters.